diagnosed with cancer as a young child, and he views this as his greatest gift, his greatest specialty. He's one of the most intelligent and one of the most nicest, kindest young men I've ever met. Let's give Tyler McNamara a big hand.
Just to let you know, I ain't diagnosed with cancer. Alright, so where to begin? I'm quite new to this, so yes, it's being noticed. Alright. My name is Tyler Allen McNamara, and I've been told that I've been diagnosed with autism, not cancer. And let's see. Oh yeah. And throughout my life, when I was very young, I viewed this diagnosis as a curse, as pretty much the worst thing that I can possibly imagine, because it's different, and throughout my life I've been pretty different, and I did not like it. But throughout over the years later on, as I grow older, I view it more as a gift. More like a talent with its uniqueness, because it's so different. Because there's difference between good difference and bad differences, and I think autism is a good difference, in my opinion. Now, I want to begin by asking 4 questions that works with RU. Now, 4 questions. So, RU, different, unique, extraordinary, and committed to make this world a better place. And if you answer yes to any of these questions, then I challenge you all to join me, and together we can make this world a better place, and we can make a difference. Now, in my book Population 1, I've committed a quote that I also said on my high school year, hopefully to be my senior quote, and that quote was, oh yeah, the best kind of freedom is the freedom to do good. It's what makes heroes. And so I used that quote on my book to pretty much, be a part on this book, like my catchphrase and trademark. Excuse me. And with that, I want to get to my next section. And that is growing up with autism. And I'll let you on a little secret. It's not as hard as it looks. It's hard.
It's harder.
And yeah, it's true, because when I was little, like in elementary school, I would spin around to the left 3 times, and I would spin around to the right 3 times. Basically, with that example, I wanted to make things a balance, the same, and all that stuff. So, like, I start with my left foot, I end with my right foot when I go up the stairs. And one time, when I was 9 years old, that theory of being balanced changed my life forever. When I was walking up a step, I fell and broke my right ring finger. See, look, you can see that this finger is much different to this one. Knowing from this experience, I was going crazy. I was extremely angry, because I want this difference. Not difference, but I want this balance. The perfection of me, with balance and all that stuff too. And same with my leg. I broke my leg when I was 7, but you can't see that. And so yeah, I changed that theory to saying that differences happen every time, and yeah, I gotta get through that. All right. Now, I want to get to my next section, and that section is all about bullying, and having autism. You're kind of like the main target for bullies. It's pretty sad, right? I don't like it one bit. So I wanted to tell you this story about how I dealt with bullying this one time. Okay, so when I was in freshman high school, there were these 2 boys, and they're like walking up to me, and they told me, "Hey, backwards retard! This kid just told you a name. You should go beat him up and such." And I'll let you on another secret. I was shocked and surprised. And big secret, right? And so what I did, because I was so different, I said, "May I see this person, please?" And I saw these two boys. They were like, oh, excited, and they want to see like a fight and all that stuff. And so the boys they brought the kid over here, and I walked up to him and said, "Please don't say harsh things to me again." And then I walked away. So with that experience in mind, and I put that in my book, I pretty much like to put that as a good leadership example. I did not want to approach these bullies as harsh and all that stuff, but instead I really want to show peace into them, to be peaceable with these bullies. Because in my opinion, I think that everyone is well, not what I call special, but gifted. I feel like gifted is a much better word for that stuff too. And I like kids. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, of course, they've been hard on me a lot of times. But the biggest rule is that I learned how to stand up and be tall, proud, and show great signs of leadership. So that's pretty much what I did there. Now, one thing I want to get to is talking about my book. Why do I call this book Population 1? And the reason for it is that the reason why I call it Population 1 is, as I was writing the book, I come up with a theory that everyone, every person has their own little worlds in them. And the Earth itself represents the galaxy. And the galaxy itself represents the universe. And the universe doesn't represent anything at all, because it's an endless space that goes up into infinity and beyond. And so with that, I decided to call it Population 1, because there's one person in one world, and my world, which means I can view the galaxy in a different way. And soon enough, all people can come together as one, and come together in a galaxy as one, basically, not just on a world, but in a galaxy as well. Now, one more thing for this book that I want to say is that over the years I always wanted experience. I always wanted the most experience, as many experiences as possible, no matter what. But no, this is that the way I see it is when it's a bad experience, like taking drugs or drinking and driving and all that stuff. That's what I call a trapped experience. Because if you look at like a mouse and a mousetrap, and the mouse wants that cheese on that mousetrap, you kind of would expect at the end he gets pretty trapped. Same with the bear, eats and be satisfied with the foods that he gets, and later on he gets pretty trapped, and only gets out when the hunter lets him out. That's not really. That doesn't really happen that much, sadly. Now, all right. Now, for the final conclusion, I challenge you. I challenge you as a young 18-year-old to accept and embrace people who they are and their differences from you and from anyone. To live your life in a balance is what I've learned. And together, we can all become a huge population of one. I'm Tyler McNamer. Thank you very much.